This is the Sony A7 III. This was the very first professional camera I bought back in 2018, and today in this video I'll be telling you guys why you should not be picking this up in 2022 going into 2023. Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Aryan, and today is a bit of a sad video because I'm actually selling my beloved A7 III. I've had this camera for the last 4 years. It's been an absolute workhorse for me, but I think it's about time we retire this thing. So today in this video I'm going to be explaining some of the reasons why I'm selling it and some camera buying advice for you if you're in the market for one of these, because I really don't think at the end of 2022 going into 2023 you should really not be considering this camera here, and I'll tell you which camera I actually do recommend near the end of this video, so stay tuned. So again, I have had this camera for the past 4 years and I've shot pretty much everything with it, from music videos to weddings to my own passion projects, and it's been absolutely amazing. But near the end of last year I actually picked up the Sony A7 IV that you're looking at right now, and this camera, as you might know, shoots 10-bit color compared to the 8-bit that comes out of the A7 III. That might not seem like a big deal on paper, but to give you context, 8-bit means that this camera can produce 16.7 million colors, and a 10-bit camera like the A7 IV can do 1.07 billion. As you can tell, that's quite a big deal, and I'm actually somebody who does use two cameras on a very regular basis, and shooting both of these together, 10-bit on the A7 IV and 8-bit over here, the A7 III always just felt a step behind, and matching colors here was always a big deal for me. It just never really looked as good as I'd like it to. And the cherry on top, I actually upgraded my drone as well from the Mini 2 to the DJI Air 2S, and the Air 2S also shoots 10-bit. So pretty much this was like the odd one out, the only thing I owned that was still shooting 8-bit. So I usually shoot S-Log3 on my A7 IV. That's what gives me the best dynamic range, and I've never really had any color issues with it. I find it super easy to grade, and shooting S-Log3 on like an 8-bit camera like this is not really a viable option, so I end up shooting S-Log2 here, S-Log3 there, and matching colors is an absolute nightmare. So after about 8 months of dealing with S-Log3 and S-Log2, trying to color grade them separately, I finally gave in, and I'm selling this and I'm picking up another A7 IV. Oh, we got a visitor here. Hey buddy. Say hi. Oh, say hi to the camera. Hey guys. You just messed up my exposure. Of course, I understand that not everybody has a 10-bit workflow like I do, but even if you're looking for a full-frame 24 megapixel camera that shoots 4K up to 30 frames a second and 1080 at 120, I still don't recommend you pick up the A7 III. Instead, I think you should go and pick up an A7C. Let me explain. So as you probably know, the A7C is basically the exact same camera as the A7 III. Sony basically just removed the viewfinder from the middle and they moved it to the side. That saved them a lot of space up top, and the camera just has a smaller profile compared to the A7 III. But at the end of the day, you're getting the exact same sensor in both cameras, so you're getting the exact same image. The specs are identical. So why would I recommend the A7C over the A7 III? It's mainly got a lot to do with the quality of life features. The A7C, to start off with, is quite a bit smaller. It's got the exact same battery life. Sony actually added fully articulating screen to it, which is a very nice feature. Since this camera is a full 2 years newer, it also gets the updated color science that's not in the A7 III, and it's a lot more color accurate, especially at higher ISOs when shooting in low light. It doesn't have like that magenta shift issue that plagued the A7 III. There's also no recording limits on the A7C, and it has some of Sony's best autofocusing system, so all of those things combined kind of make this, in my opinion at least, a better option in 2022-2023. But of course the A7 III still has a couple things going for it, like the bigger grip, the bigger EVF, and the dual card slots. But if those three things are not really that valuable to you, I would say hands down the A7C is objectively a better camera. And to top it all off, the newer, better A7C is actually cheaper than the A7 III. So all of that said, I really don't think in 2022-2023 anybody should really be looking at the A7 III as their first camera. I think it is kind of outdated. Again, if you really value the bigger grip, bigger EVF, and the dual card slots, then maybe this is still the way to go. But with all the features I mentioned, I think the A7C is just a better option right now. I mean, in my opinion, the fully articulating screen alone makes it a better option, and the fact that it's cheaper is just a cherry on top. Of course, if you're somebody who already has an A7 III, please don't go selling it to buy an A7C. This advice is only for people who have neither camera and are looking to buy a new full-frame Sony camera. I would recommend ditch the A7 III completely and go for the A7C. It's just a better option. But if you already have an A7 III, great. It's a great camera. If it's serving you well, just stick with it. I personally feel that I've used this camera to its maximum potential, and now it's time that it sparks the creative bug for somebody else. Alright guys, that was it for me today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave it a like, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time.